Okay, I have to do this video because nobody seems to do it, but I see people using the pattern sequences and it's not very clear because there's a lot of button mashing. Remember, you're going off of one screen, so it gets to be kind of challenging, but I wanted to do a video and try to simplify the pattern thing. So I'm going to show you here. I'm going to click off pattern because normally you obviously don't see that. Here's basically a pattern that I've created, right? And this is just on pattern one. If you click here, you can see it shows the one of one. So these are different patterns you can have. Here's one, here's two, three, and so on and so forth. But we're just gonna play the first one. And this is a 4-bar pattern. So you can see it started back over there, okay? To do a pattern though, you have to click pattern, and then you need to copy over the pattern that you already have. So I think you can, I know you can copy it over and then delete parts. So that's my way of doing it. I personally think you should just build the pattern on the whole pattern that you're gonna have. And then if you wanna drop out parts, then copy it over and then do your dropouts. However, you could, in theory, just start building a second pattern because some people may want a pattern that's completely different, and that's okay. So you could do that. You could just copy over just that pattern. So the way to do it is shift and this plus, or the, not plus, this play button is the copy. So what you have to do is go shift copy in pattern, and then it's going to say you're in pattern. Okay, so you hit enter, and then it's going to ask you which pattern do you want to copy. We're going to pick the first pattern by doing this, by the way. I already messed up. So check that out. It's good for you to see that. When you go into the pattern, instead of hitting this button out here, this is to enter it, but this is to select it. So select the one you want, hit enter, and then you're going to select which one, because it doesn't tell you like, oh, we're doing, so hit enter, and then you hit over, and then hit enter, and then it's going to copy that pattern, should copy that pattern over. So let's just make sure it did it. We're on pattern one right now. Now in pattern two, I dropped out this part. So let's go to pattern two. See, it's still there. So to drop it out now, I'm going to hit shift. While I'm on this pad, make sure I clarify, you can hit shift pad clear. But I'm also on track 2, right? So I'm going to hit shift pad clear. Yes. So now pattern 2 will not have that melody thing going on, or the lead, however you want to term it. But now if I hit here, it's going to time it. And then hit here, and now I can go back to pattern 2. So it's pretty clear how you do it, right? You basically, you're going into pattern, right? If you only have one pattern, you can either copy that pattern over, or you can build a new pattern by selecting the next pattern. And then you can place your parts if you want something different, right? Otherwise, you can get into pattern one and go shift copy, hit the pattern, and then it's going to copy over to the next pattern. So hit done. And now when you exit out, pattern 2 has pattern 1. But then you can remove your parts, right? So if I'm on that pad, hit shift pad, hit it again, and now you're done. Now pattern 2 is different. It's just the chords with the drums. Okay, pattern 1. Now if you want to play them, trigger the next one if you want. Now for me, being kind of a newbie to, not new to the workflow of Roland, but just new to this device, that was helpful. And I hope it helped you the same way it helped me doing it. I had to watch somebody's video and then kind of study what they were doing, because the problem is guys get on here and they're just performing with this thing. And you're like, oh, how do you do that? And nobody wants to explain it. So I encourage anybody who's kind of mastering this thing, if you master and you have a YouTube channel, start showing people how to use the thing. So it encourages others to want to get into it. It should not be taboo or cliche or whatever you want to call it. It's not cliche, but taboo as far as how to use it. It gets pretty easy once you see it and somebody breaks it down in the simplest form. So hopefully you'll be more prone to make patterns on it and not just like one 4-bar. All right, I'm out.